3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hello and welcome to another episode of We Talk. My name is Irene Marie van der Walt and I am so excited to be joining you on this lovely Tuesday morning. And as lovely as this Tuesday morning it is a chilly morning here in the capital city of Windhoek. So as usual today we'll be having an interview for our We Do Business segment where we will be visiting the Documents Warehouse, and then as always we'll bring you a new segment, a quick recommendation and a life hack, because life is hard enough as is. So we'll see you in a bit. And now it is time for our news. So in today's news, we start with a not so lovely story, but a necessary story, very good hard news community story there from the community of Okahanya. So Ogeto Greg writes that residents of Okahanya's informal settlements on Friday held a demonstration pleading with the Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Erastus Itoni, to step in. They raised money to rent a bus and obtained the police's permission to go to the ministry's office on Friday to air their grievances. A grade 10 learner, 17-year-old Emily Malwena, read the petition in front of the officers. She first read a short message on behalf of the children in the settlements. We all need a place to feel at home. We live in an independent country, vote for our leaders and plead with them to find solutions, yet we feel neglected. Being called illegal is not what we want or need, but our circumstances force us to live the life we are in right now. So obviously anybody who understands the concept of wealth, understands the concept of our economy, understands that wealth absolutely is generational. So when it comes to our children in these settlements, it's not their fault. It really isn't. You know, a lot of people have this tendency to say that being raised poor is not a scandalous thing, but staying poor is. So, you know, and that is, you know, whether you believe in the sentiment of it or not, I think it shows something very, very real about wealth and about generational wealth and about the fact that poverty is as much generational as wealth is. So then the Minister Tony received the petition and said that he would bring it to the attention of Okahanya's mayor and their leadership. However, he urged the group to first try to resolve issues locally before calling on help from the central government. So Ogeto Greg is one of my colleagues, and I spoke with him about this story, and he told me that they went to this extent of finding money to rent a bus, coming all the way to Windhoek, going to the ministerial offices, getting police permission, all those things, because they felt that they were not being heard at the community level. So I feel it's very easy for our national level politicians to say, okay, but you know, resolve this issue close to home, follow traditional channels. But unfortunately, this group claims that they followed these untraditional channels because traditional channels were not working and they were not being heard by following traditional challenges. He further also encouraged town councils to meet with their communities and inform residents about challenges, budgets and planning. The minister assured the protesters that he would contact the mayor and ask the municipal council of Okahanya and ask them if they meet with the town's residents soon. Community activist Sethi Garisep said last week that residents of Okahanya's informal settlements are tired of waiting for improvements of the town. We submit complaints to the municipality, but they never respond. They just repeat the same story every time, then they are replaced and the process just starts all over again. I grew I grew up with the same story, he said. It does not help whether the leaders are there or not. Okahanya remains the same. The minister must intervene and apply pressure that things start to change quickly, Karisep said. In the petition, the residents ask for, amongst other, ownership of the land on which they live, the provision of sewerage facilities and access to electricity. So, from sort of a journalist point of view, it is very important that we follow up on the story and we follow it through. Because it is one thing to say that a minister has to apply pressure, but if a minister not applying pressure doesn't work, which it very easily could, because the minister isn't in much of a position to say anything more than, hey guys, pay attention to your community. So if ministerial pressure doesn't work, then we need to make sure that that gets documented, because and that gets put on the record. So hopefully it will work, and it will, honestly, I feel that it will work, and it will be lovely to see this community improving and bettering once this works. Hopefully it works. On behalf of the community of Okanya, I really hope this works. And then in our second story for today, we have a bit of a nicer story. We have the hosting of the second Agricultural Academy graduation by Agra, Namibia. There were 2 graduates who each received their NQF Level 5 national diplomas in animal production and plant production, while 8 others received NQF Level 4 national certificates in the same fields for their first year completion of the 2-year diploma course material. Agra's partners from the International Agricultural Academy for Africa joined Agra Provision staff, Agra executives, as well as friends and family of the graduates at the graduation. Students who receive their national diplomas can now pursue careers in agriculture, while those who receive their national certificates will continue towards their diploma qualifications. So what is really, really important in terms of agriculture is that there is so much innovation that can be brought. And there are a lot of people in the agricultural sector talking about people who are reluctant to bring that innovation and bring it into farming, because we are very traditional people. Namibians are very stubborn people. So it is very hard to convince them that the way that they farm and their parents farmed and their parents before them and their parents before them and their parents before them farmed is not exactly, I wouldn't say applicable. It is always applicable. Traditional farming is always applicable, but that it can be better and it can be different. So lots of innovations, especially recently in the agricultural sector. So hopefully these new graduates and these young minds will be able to bring that innovation through to the agricultural sector. So I'm very, very excited to see what they do. But on that note, we end today's news segment.
Good morning, my name is Kamona from the Document Warehouse, and I'm the CEO of the company.
Good morning, my name is Marilize Cohen. I'm the Chief Business Development Officer, also from the Document Warehouse.
Well, the Document Warehouse is an archiving firm, as the name probably is a bit on the nose, but we've gone from strength to strength. We started in 2006, April 2006. And our core business is archiving, but we have various services. We're really excited going into the digital space now. But we've got the 2 branches that service. One is in the north that service the northern area, and we've got one at the coast in Walvis Bay that services the coastal area. Currently, we've got about 70 employees. And it's a thriving business. We take pride in what we do. We store documents on behalf of various companies. They could be parastatal, government themselves, as well as in the private sector. And the business has been growing quite well. And we're developing, from strength to strength. Okay. For the most part, the company's goal and ideals, we want to remain relevant. We want to be a great service provider to our clients. We want to be dynamic. We want to be innovative and push that envelope very much. We do not want to stay rigid. We can see the trend of paper phasing out and going the electronic route. The myth of the paperless office is upon us. So as a company, we need to be in that space to continue, give solutions to our clients so that they could also evolve with. Technologies are changing, the way we work is so different now. If we look back 20 years, we're not doing the same things over and over again. So we strive to keep up with the best technologies that are out there and develop solutions for our clients. In terms of our staffing and the whole morale thing, that is basically we encourage ideas and innovation from the lowest level to the top. We have platforms where we share ideas with staff, and staff can also be able to bring ideas to the table. We really encourage that. On a weekly basis, we have training sessions, information training sessions that we organize for staff. And it's not sometimes even relevant to work itself. Sometimes it's just topics outside of work, just to give skills. And encouragement is emphasized on skill level and upskilling yourself as things change. So yeah, we try to really work as a team. I know it's cliche, but that is what we try to emphasize and work together.
So we have social and environment and governance policies in place whereby we are very much conscious in matters such as how our work and where we operate affect our staff and the community that we operate in. So just to add on the information sessions, so we've implemented not only the all staff training, but we've started to organize focus group sessions where we focus on mental health. We know that it's a big issue these days after COVID and the ongoing after effects of it. People in our company, outside in our community have lost loved ones. And I think after COVID, the world just keeps on with such a fast pace that we didn't stop to reflect and to focus on, okay, what's the well-being of our employees? Are they doing well? Because these aspects are important for you to, in the end, be able to do your work. And then this also something that we've implemented is financial intelligence, just to try and assist our staff. How do you work with your money? We know that we need to save money, we need to work better with our money, and there needs to be a balance between savings and things that you need every month and things that you want every month. So we've put a lot of focus on that. We've also launched in 2017 as being a member of the Recycle Namibia Forum. We've launched a project with Morrison Special School. They are just around the corner from us, whereby we send items like files sent by our clients for when we destroy their documents. We take out the documents from files, we remove paper clips, we remove staples. So all of those items would have eventually landed up in the landfill. So instead of doing that, we launched a project. We sent those items to Morrison School. They repackage it and relabel it, and then we sell it on their behalf, and the funds that we get from that, we give back to them. Then another project that we've started last year, I think on the 10th of October 2021, we launched a clean paint, plant and repair project. So what we did with that is we decided we are not going to wait for the government or for the municipality or whoever to come to our community and to clean up and to repaint the roads, to fix the potholes. So we've started just in this area in our City of Windhoek. We involved the community, we went to all the businesses down the road, we created a WhatsApp group, and we just started to see the effects. People started to clean up, to repaint their businesses. So being proud of where you work started we could really see the difference when one day we came here and everyone was it was just clean and nice and fixed, and yeah. And then the last thing that I maybe can mention is in February this year, we launched the Document Warehouse Brainerd Academy, whereby we receive 6 delegates every second week, and we give them the opportunity to come and shadow our employees, come and learn and see what we do. Yeah, it's not a training per se, we don't give a qualification afterwards, but we wanted to get to people that's not currently working and just staying at home, just to give them some sort of idea of this is what a workplace looks like. And then of course we give them lunch and we give them transport money, and we don't ask them any money, and we let them complete the MFiles online training academy. So this would have otherwise, if our clients do this, it would have cost them almost 17,000 to do it. So this is also, we partnered up with our MFiles partner, and we allow them also to complete that, to just go away with a certificate from MFiles. Yeah, and then of course they have the opportunity to go to our clients that are using MFiles and to say, okay, I've done this courses or this course, can you please, can I have an opportunity to come for an interview and to show you what I can do, and yeah, just to help the people and to motivate them, and yeah.
Today's recommendation, we are headed to the city of Windhoek. Now, something that has gained media attention in the last couple of weeks is food waste and solid waste management. The city of Windhoek, together with the city of Bremen, signed a cooperation agreement a while back as a call from the European Union to get projects going to minimize food waste. Now, this two-part recommendation series will focus on the project together with the 3 pillars the project is built on.
We have what we refer to as our integrated waste management plan. Now, the integrated waste management plan is a plan, 5-year plan, so it's a strategic plan where we sit down basically as per set objectives of our policy, our waste management policy, set out activities, initiatives, and otherwise plans as to, for the 5 years, where do we see to transform and shift waste management to be. Now, as part of that also, we have an initiative as what we refer to as waste reduction. Now, this waste reduction now has moved to where we are working on a strategy, presently a draft, as to how can we reduce waste basically ending up at your landfill sites. Presently, we have issues with respect to landfill space. Obviously, it's a finite thing. It runs out of space here. But obviously, to provide new infrastructure as a landfill, it costs a lot of money to construct here. Presently, we are looking at in the excess of 170 million to bring this about. For that purpose, we need to look at ways to reduce what ends up at the landfill, and hence the idea of the waste reduction strategy. That is where it was born. With this strategy, we have looked at initiatives as to what are the possible things that we can do to reduce this waste. Obviously, now you are talking of waste diversion. Diversion means recycling. You are looking at ways to reuse some of these things, waste treatments and so on, to reduce volumes to the landfill. There are some elements of recycling taking place, but it needs basically to be rolled out to the larger space per se. And that is where this project was born from, where we have termed it improving waste management in the city of Windhoek. Now, as part of parcel that, its heart is looking at recycling at household levels now, basically. So the project looks at, I think, 3 pillars, I should put it. First pillar is we are looking at uh, the practical thing, which is now how do we remove waste from the environment, recyclable waste now. So for that purpose, we are looking at providing infrastructure to receive this kind of waste, basically process it, and then add value to it, to those that can be added, and then the rest probably setting back into the recycling industry and stream to be reused here. So what we term as the waste buyback centers will serve this purpose here. So the anticipation is that we construct 2 waste buyback centers in identified areas of the city, where then residents will be encouraged to bring their waste to sort of at a buyback from the city, either as a coupon or as other alternatives that we are now fine-tuning to see which are the best ideas to work with.
If you've accidentally added too much salt to your dish while cooking, cut up a potato and put it in there. It'll take the salt right out. Something to note here, though, is that you should cut the potatoes in smaller pieces, depending on how close your dish is to being cooked.
Bookings for Namibia Tourism Expo 2022 are open. The expo will take place from 3 to 5 November 2022 in Windhoek. To secure your booking, visit nte.nmh.com.na, and for more information on the expo, follow all Namibia Media Holdings platforms. The expo is supported by the Ministry of Environment, Tourism and Forestry, Namibia Tourism Board, FENATA, City of Windhoek, and Namibia Media Holdings. Namibia Tourism Expo, taking tourism to the regions.
Everyone, and welcome back to Flex Minutes. I'm Jeanette Diergaard. Now today I will be showing you guys variations of sumo squats. Sumo squats, basically just standing hip width apart, a little bit more than hip width apart, with your toes pointed outwards, not inwards, outwards, okay, and go down into a deep squat. Okay, that is a sumo squat. Now the really cool variations that you can do with this one is, well, you can literally go on the balls of your feet and work those calf muscles. So let's go on the tippy toes and let's go down. If it's difficult to stay on your tippy toes or on the balls of your feet, then what you do is you go down as you come up on the balls of your feet. Okay, so keep your body straight. Try and, squeeze those abs and your glutes so that you can keep your balance and not fall over while doing this. Obviously, another thing that you can do with sumo squats, you can add a jump to it. All right, so there's nothing to it but to jump through it. So if it hurts, just jump. So that is what you can do, guys. This is a normal squat jump, but it depends on you. If you want to do your squat jump with your legs closer to each other, then you do that. But if you want to do a sumo squat and you want to jump, then you can do that as well. But remember to engage your calf muscles, go on the balls of your feet, and maybe one day you'll get Keita from binne en buite. I will see you all next time.
So that unfortunately brings us to the end of yet another episode of We Talk. It was fantastic having you with us on our Tuesday morning. So tomorrow is Klein Saterdag, and on this Klein Saterdag, Yolanda Nell is taking you to dine. But before you move on to Yolanda Nell taking you to dine, remember that you can find We Talk at 10:30 every single weekday morning from Monday to Friday on the Namibia Media Holdings social media platforms. And then at 7 p.m. you can also catch up with We Talk if 10:30 isn't quite your style. You can find us at 7 p.m. on NTV, that is DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 94. So until tomorrow, please stay safe, please stay healthy.